Okay, so let's take a look at a real world example of how a hacker could gain access in this environment. So let's say, for instance, we have our two wireless access points that we have here. Well, if someone wanted to come in and, again, a malicious individual, a hacker, etc., they could set up what's called a rogue access point, and they could issue a denial of service against our existing wireless access point, basically take it offline or make it so that it can't respond to requests. They could put a wireless access point using something called open authentication, which means there is no password required. The laptop, whoever's sitting on that laptop, they would connect to that wireless access point, otherwise known as an evil twin, quote unquote. Okay, so that's a term you should be familiar with, or you should remember. We'll cover it in more detail later. But an evil twin basically is there to fool someone connecting to the network. So they think they're connecting to the wireless access point. So even though they have credentials to connect to the legitimate wireless access point, that's going to be DDoSed, so they can't connect. So they're going to connect to the evil twin. It's using open authentication, which means they don't need a username and password to connect. So they're connected. And if we are in control of that wireless access point of that evil twin, we could set it so that it pops up some type of authentication message. So the user sitting at the laptop would think, something must have happened. It's prompted me for my credentials. And they'll go ahead and put in their username and password, or they'll do that several times. And we just keep putting up fake messages until we capture enough information that we can be pretty confident that we have what we need off of that user. All right, so then we can just disconnect and off we go. So in that case, we could very easily compromise that communication. We could capture everything, or we could actually have it connected to the network and let them pass through and actually connect, and we could just sit there and monitor everything that they do, all right, as that communication passes through the wireless access point. So just be advised that those types of things are in fact possible. You could be sitting at a coffee shop and someone could do something similar to that. It doesn't necessarily have to be in a business environment. It could be anywhere that you would connect using a wireless access point.